karma means action. When you join the word karma with yoga, karma yoga becomes selfless service or selfless action. The world today is based on transaction. Everything is a transaction in today's world. That's not what karma yoga is. Karma yoga is totally the opposite concept, which only the yogi grasps in the mind. Only the person who has perfected the yoga practice to a certain degree can grasp the idea of karma yoga, which means they're willing to do things without any financial return, without any transaction. So karma yoga is not transaction based. So somebody asked Mother Teresa, how do you do the work that you do every single day in the streets of Calcutta? Because every day she's just taking these homeless children, bringing them into her shelters and feeding them and treating them and taking them to the doctor. And how do you do all this work every day? And her reply was, she says, every single day I see the face of Jesus in each child's face. She was helping these poor children who needed a home, who needed shelter, who needed food, who needed some compassion. That is karma yoga. So when you take karma, which is action, purely action, but you join it with the word yoga, it means I'm practicing selfless service. I'm serving somebody else without expecting anything back in return. That is karma yoga. So where is the concept of karma yoga coming from? So when we study the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes the concept of karma yoga to his student and his friend Arjuna. He describes this concept in detail so Arjuna can understand what is the difference between duty and service. So duty is something that we have to wake up and do every single day. That's our duty. So Lord Krishna is reminding Arjuna that you have to fight this battle. That's your duty. You have to fight this battle. Now, other than duty, the concept of selfless action or selfless service means you are willing to take the next step beyond your duty. So all of us understand our duties. We understand our responsibilities towards our families, towards our professional lives. But there's a step that we can take even beyond our duty, and that is the step of selfless service. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, perform action without expectation of reward. Perform action without expectation of reward. So every time we perform action, we are attached to what will be the result of my action. Will I have success? Will I have failure? Will I have loss? Will I have gain? So we're attached that I must be successful with my actions. I must gain something from my actions. But Krishna says no. Just perform action simply for the sake of performing action. Do not be attached to the fruits of the action. Release the attachment to the fruits of the action. That concept is karma yoga. Perform action, but do not be attached to the fruits of action. But there is a fruit from karma yoga. The fruit of karma yoga is inherent in the karma yoga itself, which really means we are learning, we are teaching ourselves how to release our ego. What is the biggest obstacle to realizing your soul, to finding your soul, is the ego. So what karma yoga, the principle of karma yoga is essentially doing is, it's teaching ourselves, we're teaching ourselves how to release our ego. Because the mind and the ego are working hand in hand to keep us disconnected from our soul. As long as we are under the clutches of our ego and we've not learned how to control our thoughts, release negative emotions, we're stuck in the trammels of the mind. What we're learning through karma yoga is we're teaching ourselves how to release our ego and in turn how to release our minds. So yes, there is a fruit inherent in karma yoga, but that's not the reason that we're doing karma yoga. The reason that we're doing karma yoga is we're following our bliss. So karma yoga is designed by nature to release the ego by helping others without thinking only of ourselves. That's how we learn, we teach ourselves how to release the ego.